Hello and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World. I'm your host, Marie Kato. We are at a critical junction for European tech policy. The European Commission doesn't want Europe to fall behind on AI. Therefore, it wants to simplify the rules governing the European tech industry. With Germany and France urging accelerated innovation at the Digital Summit in Berlin, the balance between safety and competitiveness has never been finer. With the proposal of the Digital Omnibus Bill coming out of the EU, several questions arise about how this will shape future privacy laws. We are joined now by Szymon Łukasik, Director of the AI Safety Research Center at NASK, to talk about how Europe can lead in AI safety without compromising its future. Hello, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
So at the heart of the EU proposal, the EU Digital Omnibus Bill is supposed to make it easier for companies to access personal data to train their AI models. In your opinion, what are the main goals really of the European Commission's Digital Omnibus Bill, and why is it coming up now?
Well, there has been a huge discussion on the challenges regarding innovation in AI in Europe, and this Omnibus Digital Act actually contains much more than only data protection changes in data protection laws. I would say it's a complex program of changing the regulations, simplifying them, delaying some of the rules, and data protection is obviously one of the aspects which is very important for the AI research community.
For regular users, the thing that stands out is this proposal is meant to simplify the use of personal data for AI development and the issue of respecting privacy and protection laws. How do we reconcile this?
Well, obviously, it's a first draft of the proposal, so there will be a discussion on that. We already observe a big discussion on this proposal in academic and research circles, but also from the NGOs which are looking carefully at the aspects of data privacy. So the changes in details actually it's not a total release of data. It is limited to some specific use cases. So the discussion will probably extend to that. We are looking at it very carefully because obviously it's a challenge building models with the regulations. So I wouldn't really so we have to follow it closely, what is going on, the details of the proposal, how they are how they will change, because probably they will be changed because of these discussions. It's a first draft. I would be careful at evaluating it at this moment, but it's obvious that the development of AI should also be consider the privacy and also the rights of the creators. This is one of the things we really should take into account.
So the EU wants to be a global AI leader, and reportedly it's hitting the brakes on its landmark AI Act. But what is the immediate impact of this delay on the stability and predictability required for responsible European AI research and investment?
Yeah, it's actually very good question, because one of the criticism against this omnibus directive is in fact linking the implementation of rules to the availability of standards and other support tools. And while these tools are being developed, the creators of the AI software are unable to estimate when the rules will be in live action. And obviously there's some deadline for that, but it brings some kind of instability. That's one of the main areas of criticism with regards to these rules. I agree that the tools are not there I would say. I mean, we work at NASK, for example, on Polish tools for safeguarding models. But for in wider perspective, we do have to have all the tools for all the languages, all the countries in Europe, and that's obviously needed. So I welcome this change in some way, but it has to be very. I mean, the schedule has to be very precise and for companies it has to be very transparent.
So obviously we hear that the EU wants to be a global AI leader, but what is the main purpose of these changes? What are we aiming for? What are the main goals?
Well, there are a few goals, I would say. Reducing the burden of reporting, providing documentation of models, in particular for small and medium enterprises. So that's definitely the goal. Reducing the burden concerning the AI literacy, fostering AI literacy, which now will go to the Commission and the member states. There is also centralized oversight in terms of the AI office role in the process of evaluating safety of models. And the one which is everybody looking at, so the data privacy, so in allowing more extensive use of data, obviously with some safeguards, but allowing more extensive use of data for building models, and this is the area where AI developers are really looking into very closely.
And we see that the US and China have less restrictive approaches when it comes to these regulations. Is the EU's attempt to set the global regulatory standards going to be detrimental to Europe's ability to compete in developing foundational AI models?
Well, obviously this discussion is going on for since the Gen AI revolution started. That the regulations are stopping in some way the development of these models. So I think the good answer is to say that we need to find a balance in that. I would say that the access to the data should be extended when user or the creator is not forbidding it. So the standards for making the statements and the procedures for that should be unified. But we definitely shouldn't step out of the process of going our own way in the sense of guarding the rights of users and creators.
So a bit of deregulating to accelerate. We know of this digital summit that's taking place, or it took place in Berlin, and we know that German leaders are definitely pushing for accelerated innovation. And we know of Merz and Macron's, shall we say, priorities. As an AI safety expert, how is it possible to balance, reconcile this political pressure for AI development with the need for robust safety legislation?
Well, as I said, we need to have clear rules for example, for indicating that our data is not to be used by AI models for training. We need to have clear boundaries. And with regards to safety, we do a lot of research, and this aspect should be also coordinated by the AI office, but also using the research ecosystem, which is quite strong in Europe with research ecosystem working in AI safety. So I would say that technical organization of the process is very important. Implementation is very important, because rules, documents are very important, but the way how they are implemented and how it's done across whole Europe, it's even more important.
And just very briefly, as we wrap up, to what extent do you think that the role of AI, and as it develops, will play in terms of the increasing military need that it has? Military operations.
So obviously the AI tools are now being used in all domains, including military one, and it has been so for years, I would say, for computer vision, for autonomous systems. So I would say this revolution is in terms of military applications maybe not so visible, but still the defense industry is benefiting from the AI use and the modernization, and you obviously see the change in how the military field is now looking, that it's mainly war of drones, autonomous systems. So the human is there, but only to oversee the operation of those units.
Okay, Szymon Łukasik, Director at the AI Safety Research Center at NASK. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for World Talks. Thank you so much for being with us, and stay tuned for much more on TVP World. Goodbye.